Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rockstar Nation.
What's going on?
Very heavy episode with a very heavy week for girl group releases.
Oh yeah,
or girl group related releases, anyways. So you know, it's looking forward to seeing what's coming up next week as well. I actually haven't looked at the schedule yet for next week, but
I mean, it's well, as of this recording, this is like before the start of June, so yeah.
So by the time y'all are watching this, you would have seen all the amazing releases that would have happened already. So
Probably.
yep. All right. So, man, you want to introduce us to this first one?
Yeah. So this is a comeback from a group that we've seen since their debut. It is Everglow, with their newest music video, First. And not gonna lie, I was like, am I about to watch a movie when I first saw them like come on with the masks?
Yeah. It was very kind of like cyberpunk-esque, and then all of a sudden they also got dudes like dressed with ninja suits and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
It gave a very similar feel to
Alexa.
Yes. Yeah, that. I was like, I was thinking that exactly, but then like when I first watched it, and then all of a sudden I don't know why, but I completely forgot Alexa's name. Like when we started recording, I'm like, why am I forgetting this? But no.
Well, I mean, Alexa's a lot more sci-fi-esque, especially with like the cyber troopers or AI troopers. I can't remember what the fandom name was called, but like this one's a bit more kind of like also kind of mixes like mysticism in with the with like the sci-fi concepts as well, or I don't know. So
I don't know how I feel about the song. Like, I think it's good, but I also don't know if I am very into it. Because it still follows some of their latest themes in their music style. But
well, maybe not with the last one. Like La-Di-Da was very retro synth pop.
Right.
Stuff from the stuff like before that.
It was like done or whatever.
Yep. And then what was it? Adios.
Right.
So.
Personally, I'm much more into the feel of like Bon Chocolat or and stuff. So,
I went back and listened to Bon Chocolat, and I still can't.
No,
I still can't get into that song. No, it's just the way they use the like the auto tune, and compare that with like the very slow, heavy momentum kind of trappiness. So. Here, this is probably like my favorite release from Everglow with First. So I really like the it had a lot of kind of trappiness to the song, right? But it wasn't like overly crashy.
Right.
And I still would have liked this song if it was like a boy group that did it, but I like it a lot more because like the female register for the vocals, right? I think it's a better balance for the song, and we haven't had a whole lot of girl crush, right? As of
not as of lately. Not. I mean, we don't get me wrong. We've still had girl crush, just not as often
prominent.
It's not as prominent as it used to be especially when we first started this channel. Where like you'd hear like maybe 10 girl crush a week, if that.
That's what that's what it felt like, and I think maybe even at one point there actually was like 10 different groups or female solos who were releasing like girl crush style songs during like early 2019 or late 2018. It was pretty out of control back then.
Right.
Now, one thing that I find that I really enjoy for this song as well is it's kind of got like this really kind of orchestral feel almost. It was, very very big instrumentals, very ballsy instrumentals, and it's very. Just like how you said right at the beginning, it feels like you're about to start watching a movie, and the song itself kind of feels like it would be a kind of like a grand type of song for like a movie. I mean, obviously you tweak it to something more like orchestral or whatever for like an adventure type of movie, but it still has a kind of a similar kind of grand feeling. So I really enjoyed all that, the way it all came together for it. So.
Right. I mean, like there's also many instances where you hear like heavy percussion instrumentals in this song. Like you hear the drums, you hear the cowbells, and it's been a while since I've even heard like a cowbell outside of like a band K-pop setting. You'd hear drums and that kind of stuff like that. So it does offer like slightly wider range of instruments that they are utilizing that potentially other groups could utilize. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and was it even when, at the parts where they had some violin samples or some other like classical instrument samples, so it kind of adds like that kind of grand orchestral feeling without actually being a grand orchestra. And, again, I love that type of music. I do love listen to like a lot of orchestra classical songs or orchestral soundtrack music. So this is a song that really works well for me, and the auto tune I thought was very well balanced here. Like there's parts right in the song where it's where it's very obvious, right, that they're using auto tune, especially for like Shihan, right? But I didn't think it was overly done. I didn't think it was auto plays or anything like that. It all was I thought it was very well balanced.
It was very well done. It wasn't like trying too hard to try to fit into one certain thing, but it blended so well using different styles, and I think that's one of like Everglow's biggest strengths is being able to combine different things, because you can also see it in the music video as well, where they kind of combine like a nature-esque environment incorporated into like a cyberpunk, like mystical kind of vibe,
and even in the choreography too, because like I mean, yes, it's very obvious that they use a very hip hop inspired choreography. I mean, especially from like, I don't know, like crumping or something like that. But but especially like around the bridge area, right? You've also seen a little bit of modern dance also incorporated into some of these some parts of the choreography. And again, it's also just like you said, right? It's all very well put together for what they for where they pick and choose from these various genres.
Yeah. So
now, I was never really a fan of like the cyberpunk-esque themes, right? To me, it's like it's really cringy to me, but here, I think it's fine. Like they didn't overdo it. Like at least from my taste, this is very subjective, right? What I don't like, probably a whole bunch of more people do like,
right?
And and again, going back to that bridge scene where they have a kind of like this really cosmic, scene. Like, I mean, you got like a backdrop of like of the galaxy and whatnot. It's interesting. It makes for fun visuals.
Right.
But man, the choreography, I really do. I think this is probably like one of my favorite choreographies as of late.
It's really good
for like the past few months. So, And again, if it was a boy group that did it, it'd been like, all right, cool, it's good. But the fact that it's a girl group, I think it's much more impactful to me, I guess. So, because we don't really see it a lot of this like too much in the girl group space. So, okay, not lately, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's how the market has been changing. We see waves like every few generations. We're just in I want to say we're just kind of moving away from Girl Crush for a little bit. And who knows, we could be going back next year to go like super heavy Girl Crush music videos. But just getting a Girl Crush or within this kind of a mix has been nice.
Yeah. And, I was even surprised too that we had like a little bit of a resurgence with the new disco, right? For a lot, just in general. I mean,
right.
we got some like last week. I don't think we had any this week that I can remember.
I don't think so.
But yeah, like that surprised me. And then I've actually honestly been expecting like a kind of a resurgence in Girl Crush, not as heavy as like what we saw in 2019, but like a handful of groups coming back with it and just slaying it.
Right.
And then I don't know, maybe we'll get some like EDM or more or rock, some pop rock. That'd be great. So yeah, you ready to move it on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So this next one is so excited to talk about. So this is Haneul from Saturday in a collab with Kim Mi-jung, also known as Your Beagle. Title is Fallin. And it's just another one of those, bright, very atmospheric, airy, feel good type of songs that I love.
It is so chill. It is almost way too calming for my liking. Because if I were to relax and listen to this in my bed, I'd immediately fall asleep because of how relaxing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it could definitely fit well with that as like a lullaby. Because like Haneul's vocals, her delivery here, her vocal timbre is already very airy, and naturally nasally, as well as Kim Mi-jung. They're both a well fit for each other for this track. And if you remember too, I've said before about Your Beagle that she's like the lost member of Oh My Girl with her vocals.
Yeah,
we didn't talk about that music video. It was Spaceman, but I had posted it in our chat before, and then I was kind of BSing with you guys about it. So
yeah. I mean, like, I'm not as big of a Saturday or Your Beagle fan as your Nick, but like when it comes to the music, I know I can very much appreciate them. It's when it comes to both groups, they're very fun, they're very lighthearted, not overly like intense when you're watching it. And I think that's something that you can really appreciate about these music videos.
And it's a very soothing music video too. It just it really is a kind of a feel good, and especially seeing the two of them like interacting with each other.
Right.
And even Haneul, like she's got that. I don't know. She's got like that really pretty smile that just like puts you at ease. So. And it's just funny because in Byung, she had a very like crush image for that music video. I mean, she's the main rapper for the group, so she's well, she was the main rapper for the group, and then in their last group comeback for Saturday with Only You, she had more she sang more than the main vocalist did for that music video, for that song.
I mean, it definitely shows that she does have like a wider range of talents, and this definitely helps to prove like she's more than just a rapper. She has amazing vocals along with that talent, and it can be also very, very soothing, almost too soothing for my liking. Just saying.
And so what do you think about that part where they had like the light rap going on between the two of them?
I thought it was fun.
Like, I thought it was really fun and like really cute, So I just found this out. So with Your Beagle, she is part of Wayside Town, which is a hip hop group.
Oh, really? I did. Huh.
Yeah, and she had also competed on what was it, High School Rap Star?
Huh.
Yeah, she does.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, she does have a rap background as well.
Yeah.
And which right now, like I know her mainly as like a indie acoustic soloist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in her songs, even in her like indie songs, she still has like those hip hop elements in there. So,
Right.
just like how we saw in here as well. I mean, it's not really hip hop. I mean, more like her using rap. In the song.
Utilizing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's a very feel good and cute song.
Yeah.
That end part of the music video where they're obviously like doing like the fun together pose right with each other, and obviously just start hugging and laughing, whatever. Like I just
I mean, like this entire music video is it's not overly done. It is a very simplistic music video where you do see like instruments in the background, you see and whatnot, but overall, Haneul and Your Beagle are both the same. The main focus, not same focus. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but they're both the main focus throughout the entire music video, either together or apart. And it's just them kind of enjoying their time throughout the music video. And it's there's not much to say about it,
Oh yeah. Other than like, I just really enjoyed the lighting and the color palette that they used. Like, it was feels like a very kind of like, late morning, refreshing feel to go with the song and everything about it. So I really loved it, and that was just a great thing for me to just have in my life. So
yeah,
move it on.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So this is another group that you are very much into, and I know that I think Nick said that he was starting to get into like because of you.
I wasn't super into them. Like I was getting up there. Like I was probably like around 2018 after their debut. Like I was really getting into them, but then like their debut and then their first two comebacks after that were just like, it felt like one, long song, like one continuation of the other, and when they break it, like break up their sound, I'd moved on at that point. So, and Nick had the same had a lot of the same complaints. Like it was just hard to like really talk about. Like I still enjoyed their songs, but it was just hard to like talk about them for an episode because it was a lot of just kind of like rehashes.
Yeah.
Up until Bazooka happened. Bazooka was like their first change up. So.
Well, since you mentioned one of the music videos, we're talking about GWSN, Like It Hot, with their newest release, Like It Hot.
Oh yeah. So.
And this is definitely, I want to say, it's following the theme of a lot of the music, some of the music videos that we've heard over the last couple of weeks. I want to say, I could be very much wrong because I'm not the music smarties like you and Nick.
I already have more of like superficial knowledge on music theory, just like how I have more superficial knowledge on like cinematography. So it's enough for me to talk about with you guys. So
right.
The song starts with like a very kind of I guess like synth pop. It was very synth pop, and then we incorporated some groovy like funk at points. So especially in the in the refrain leading up to the chorus. So
right,
or no, the pre-chorus. So yeah,
like for me, when I saw the black and red costumes when it was in the beginning of the first minute of the music video.
Yeah.
I had a like conflicting feel. I'm like, this kind of styling for the costumes doesn't really fit this style of music video. Why are they going with it? But then like after about the minute mark, that's when like that drop happens, and I'm like,
that's the. I'm sorry, it was the chorus. It was in the chorus is when they bring in the that funk guitar. Yeah, and the costume style too, and especially with like some of the themes here, it kind of brings it back to their debut style. It's kind of not really a callback, but it's I guess like a callback in feel.
Right.
Not, it does remind me a lot of like when they first debuted, and then when they had their first comeback with something run. I can't remember. So I was just reviewing stuff earlier too, but yeah. The addition of the funk for the chorus, I actually enjoyed it. It helped keep the song from getting stale, because we've had a lot of synth pop releases the past couple weeks, past 3 weeks, and I have a feeling that that's kind of going to be the predominant musical style that we'll hear for a few more weeks.
Right. So. I think if they stayed with the original synth pop that came from the beginning, I wouldn't have liked this song as much as I actually do.
Same.
Because I think if I listened to the beginning part for another like 30 seconds, I would have definitely gotten bored of it.
Oh yeah, because I mean it was a very very minimalistic at that point. And I mean that's the opening, and they're kind of going with, you kind of have a bit of a mix of like an ethereal concept here with the with the visual themes, but also with the musical themes. It's a bit ethereal. It kind of reminds me of, in fact, it brings me a lot closer to like WJSN from like 2018 2019 era, because they had a lot of kind of similar feels, not so much of a similar sound. Well, actually they had about a similar sound too, but it's different. It's still different enough that it's not like a total ripoff or anything like that, or even a minor ripoff. So
yeah.
So I don't know. What else did you think about the music video?
I thought it was interesting, especially using moments to kind of like do art. Like when you first see the group kind of painting that like big old mural with pink and whatever. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is going to be like one of those nice purity concepts that they're going to go with. But then suddenly you see them freaking grab a spray paint. I cannot English today. Wow. And then they just kind of like tag the entire painting with their own kind of style, which shows like almost like basically a shift in their style. And which especially they tag that into the shot of the picture frame with the car like moving in the frame, and then that takes us to our next scene where they're like away from like this kind of fantasy environment and more like in a modern world, sitting on a muscle car in the city, dressed in urban clothes. And I found that like really interesting, just to see how they kind of flip between like almost concepts and styles. And I think that change between like the scenery and the music really works well, and all that. How did you feel throughout this entire music video yourself?
I really enjoyed it. Again, it was a bit of a nostalgia from their debut, and especially like when you have like those ethereal themes, right, or those fantasy themes, from that car scene that we brought up earlier, or when you're sitting on the car earlier, and then all of a sudden now they're walking down this corridor of like a hand drawn backdrop, right?
Right.
Because like it's like an incomplete scene, right? They hadn't finished making the scene yet, and but they're just transitioning through, and then those that nighttime clouds background, moon background, like I don't know, it's cheesy, but I enjoy the visuals. I enjoy those themes. I'm a cheesy kind of guy.
I mean, there's honestly nothing wrong with cheesy. I mean, I'd say, like, for me, my favorite scene would probably be the silhouette scene, and that to some people that's a really cheesy scene, but
where they're silhouetted on the backdrop of the moon and the clouds and the night. Yeah.
I think that was beautifully done, and to some people that's really cheesy at the same time. But cheesy's good. Cheesy's good sometimes.
And again, when was the last time we seen that kind of visual thematic used?
I mean, we've seen silhouette usage, and
we've seen silhouettes done, sure, but I mean, with that type of backdrop and with this kind of feel, this kind of fantasy feel.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I have no complaints.
It was a good music video. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite releases this week, but I'd say this was a really good one.
Oh yeah, I actually ended up listening to it quite often. I mean, not as often as like I did to like Everglow First. Like I listened to that song a lot this week. But I've listened to it quite a bit this week, so it's been great. So moving on to the next one.
Yeah. Why don't you introduce this one?
Yeah, we just checked it out like right before recording, and I'm honestly glad because it's what keeps it from being strictly a girl group or girl group related episode. So
right.
This is Wonwoo and Mingyu from 17, featuring Lee Hai. So very R&B, very kind of jazzy R&B as well. And I really like this. I really like the song. So
it was so interesting. Like there's this, like almost a lighthearted but also a solemn feel to this song.
Yeah, it was very somber because I mean, with the title like Bittersweet. Yeah, it's like. Just basically what we just said, I guess.
Right.
But I guess the lighthearted parts that comes up, it will be really from the chorus with from Lee Hai. So,
right. But even with
are very well done too.
Right. But even with Wonwoo and Mingyu, there's almost like with how they're kind of like singing, there's the like vocal tones is a little bit lighthearted, but you can also feel like almost a pain through their vocals, and I think that's also what adds on to it, So,
yeah, especially after like this, after you get to through the second verse and as you're starting to make your way into the bridge, like their vocal delivery like really start to pick up at that point.
Right.
And their deliveries too, man. Man, just it was smooth, but also that emotion that they painted into their vocals at that part. Again, it really sells that feeling of like that bittersweet feeling. You feel strained. I mean, it's just like or trying to make it through like a turmoil, right? Of the night. You're getting through the night, and it's like you're telling yourself, I'll be all right. I'll get through this.
Right.
So,
and like this music video was beautiful as well. Having all three of them like be in the music video, almost as if like I want to say almost like a love triangle between best friends. And you know, if you've been in a love triangle, I don't know many people who have, but just saying, if you've been in a love triangle, especially with best friends, it's not an easy thing, you know.
No, but just the way it ends too, with like the two of them in the rain, walking home together. You know, it's like kind of mending that friendship,
right?
Or mending whatever strain in their friendship would have occurred from that love triangle,
right? Like,
and you know that rain, again, like rain and sadness and whatnot. Like it's a very cliche thing, right? For filmography, but it works. It's very well done here. Yeah, it works.
It works.
It's a trope that everybody recognizes. You know. Yep.
Yeah, and it's one of those cliche tropes that if it's overdone, yes, it can get really bad. But for this, they utilized it so well that you know you can really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think what makes it really work well is the fact that they saved it for like the last basically like 45 seconds of the music video. You know, they've central theme to the whole thing.
They did utilize it, like having it rain on the window throughout.
On the windows, yeah. But like, it wasn't like that same prominent style where it's like they're outside in the rain, you know, being exposed to the rain. They're in those scenes, they're inside. You know, the rain is hitting the window pane from the outside. So like yeah, it does give that gloomy feeling, but more specifically, what I was talking about was like, you know, the scene where you're outside in the rain because you know you're just kind of like, I don't know. That's like a very overly dramatic thing that we see a lot, where they're outside in the rain, they're getting wet, they're crying, just like, you know, it's like the visual representation of them crying or whatever. But here, in a time when you would expect to see that kind of crying, especially with the build up and the lead up to it. There's a smile on the face. Turns and looks at his friend.
Right.
He smiles. He put his arm around him. They walk off together.
Yeah,
you know,
because
they're friends again.
Because well, for me, I kind of saw it a little bit differently. It's like with the whole mending of friendship. It's like, you know, it could be that because you don't see the girl Lee Hee in the final scene. It could be that she rejected the both of them, and you know they're now like, well,
they both got played.
Yeah, they both got played.
They walk off together.
It's like, you know what? I'm not walking this road alone anymore. Because it you know, when they were in their showed their somber faces, you know, they were alone. They weren't happy. But like they also showed flashback scenes with the two who like being bros to each other, like I got you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
how is that different from what I said?
It's I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of like went with it, and now I'm lost, and I don't remember how I got to where I was. So, yeah.
All right. So
my mind is working in weird ways today. Okay, man. Yeah. Don't dig into it.
So either way, it was a great way to end the video. For you know, a really chill song. There's another chill song. It's pretty down tempo, right? It's pretty down tempo. With the low vocal deliveries, smooth deliveries. You know, I could definitely chill in the evening to this type of song. Not in the same type of feel good song. It's definitely more like a somber feel, but I enjoyed it. The smoothness of it. Well, I mean, you already knew, right? From the moment I heard it, I was just like, "Yep, this is a song I'm gonna like." You know, so especially like in the first 10 seconds with the guitar intro. So
it was good, and yeah.
All right, so you know, take it away.
Yeah, so this is a collaboration music video with PURPLEKISS and LULUPOP. I don't know much about LULUPOP. I try to find some stuff, but I guess the LULUPOP is really new. Because the earliest thing I found about LULUPOP was that they started in April.
Yeah, so like a couple months back. So
Right.
apparently, I guess LULUPOP's mostly like a fashion digital idol. So
Okay.
which I mean, that's pretty much what we saw in this video. Was the character in the music video,
Right.
and throughout the various scenes. So.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think of the song?
It was interesting. It was very lighthearted. Almost magical.
Yep, there's quite a bit of etherealness to it, and especially helped by the fact that the song itself is very, it's like synth pop and elements of like tropical house.
Right.
That's parts where the song picks up. So.
It was interesting, almost like like they're trying to the sound of the music video kind of wants to give that like princessy vibe to PURPLEKISS. That regal, it's not the regal kind of thing, but more
it's
of
like
a
princess. Yeah. Princess is a good, I guess, way to describe it.
Yeah. Disney princess probably would probably.
Yeah. Because like when it comes to synth pop, right? That's like the core base of sound for like Lovelies and We Do So New, WGSN. And Oh My Girl uses a lot of synth pop as well,
right?
And a lot of it's what do the three groups have in common? Very pretty, lots of princess themes, ethereal themes, or fairy tale themes. So it's a very natural fit for this type of music video,
right? And like even in like the scenes with like LULUPOP, you see very bright pastel colors to help rep it, or when they're showing like the individual members, you see these bright colors. They're very pastel-y colors, where you do see with a lot of cutesy pure concepts, and it very much helps to elevate the feel of the songs, the music, to be all the princessy feel.
Yep.
And like even with the night scenes, like it's dark, but it's not like the whole like sad dark. It's utilizing a brighter version. The stars, it's dark, but it's almost like a hopeful kind of like night, that where they're trying to find something. It's almost like an adventure.
Oh yeah, which is very interesting, considering like some of their previous releases, right? So like Ponzonia, if you remember that being a much more crush type of song,
right?
And I mean it's a song talking about love, you're like poison,
right?
Or was the other one Can We Talk Again? That was a very R&B soul type of song. So I was not expecting a song like this from PURPLEKISS for a comeback. So very pleasantly surprised.
I think having these Ponzona. Wow, you just said the other title and I just forgot it. Can we talk again? Yeah, I think it helps to adding Find You into their discography helps to create variety in their styles, and it doesn't box them into one single style, and I think that's really good, especially if down the line, the members of PURPLEKISS want to try individual works down the line. and so each member isn't boxed into, oh, they're only going to do Crush concepts, they're only going to do hip hop concepts, or they're only going to do this and that. I think having these 3 music videos for Purple Kiss just adds so much more variety.
Yeah, especially considering, like, with My Heart Skip a Beat, Ponzonia, and Can We Talk Again, the visual styles, like, while they were different, they were still kind of within the same general, like, area, right? Of, like, kind of a stronger kind of visual sense. But here, like, with the kind of more princess, fairy tale kind of feel, it's much more drastically different compared to before. So, yep.
Yeah. And I don't know, but it might be nice to be like seen in a like almost a cutest thing from time to time, where like you're not seen as super intense all the time,
or not making a parody like that time Mamamoo had that G-Friend parody.
Yeah. I kind of want to now that you mention it, I kind of want to now see Purple Kiss do a parody song of other artists, or even just like their own kind of cover. I
mean, if they pull it off too well, is it really a parody at that point?
I don't know.
Because, like, we see here that they can pull off this this pretty princess ethereal concept very well. Like, I honestly almost forgot about Ponzonia and My Heart Skip a Beat
because it's so different from those two.
Yeah, it actually, and even the way the music video was shot, it felt more like a Wooden music video.
It did. I forgot that to be honest, I because of watching this, I completely forgot they were part of RBW.
Right?
I forgot that they were. Now that I think about it, I completely forgot that, like, they're part of RBW. That, like, even before starting to talk about this, I completely forgot that they're the little sister group of Mamamoo.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually it helps to create their own realm away where they're not always going. People aren't always going. They are Mamamoo's like little sister group because Mamamoo has such a strong image. This helps to pull them, creating a different style, difference.
Yeah. Like contrast to them.
It helps create their own kind of identity, and I think that's actually a really smart way for RBW to help Purple Kiss grow.
And in fact, I'm thinking about it with all the sheer amount of like flowers and pink and purple and throughout the music video, as well as like the tropical house. Like, I got to thinking of like Eyes on Violetta, because that was a very tropical house song with like very floral images. Not quite the princessy fairy tale image, but man, I'm honestly really glad that they're doing something different, and we're getting a little bit just a little bit more tropical house back in the palette of the market space. So
yeah, it does make me kind of like curious on how they're going to also work with the LULUPOP for like the rest of this kind of music scene, because with the you saying like LULUPOP is a K-pop virtual fashion designer,
fashion digital idol is how I saw it.
I'm kind of I kind of want to see like how they're going to go with it, how they're going to like incorporate Purple Kiss with the LULUPOP. Or if this is just a one-time thing.
One-off, yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the relationship goes,
So ready to move it on to our last one?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So we got back with Purple, and man, like visually, this like the theme of this, the way it started off, I'm just like, wait, what? I thought I just watched this music video.
I mean, considering we just came off of talking about the princess feel of Everglow.
Purple Kiss.
Oh yeah, Purple Kiss.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the visual style is like a total ripoff. It's actually very different. They actually kind of go more of like a kind of, I guess, Candyland type of feel from the very beginning, right? In fact, actually, you got a lot of that kind of style of like visuals. And I think you even said Candyland or something land in the back on one of the signs somewhere. But also the song is very different too. The song itself is very just completely different from.
I want to say this is this music, the song itself is cute. I don't want to say it's overly cute in the same style as Purple Kiss was. It's almost got like a
little bit of sassiness to it.
Yeah, sass of hip hop.
Yep.
I want to say hip hop sass is probably a better way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean that's coming from the trappy chorus. So.
Right.
So the song itself starts off as almost kind of like alluding to electro rock, and when you get to the refrain does kind of go more closer to the realm of electro rock, and then the pre-chorus hits, where you got that very kind of EDM dance pop kind of build up, and then all of a sudden once you go from the pre-chorus into the chorus, like the beat drops and you got a very trappy beat drop. Like I thought that was so cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, for me, when I first heard the very I want to say 5 seconds of the music video, I thought, are they trying to go regal with this? Like,
like a Disney princess type of song. That's what it definitely felt like.
Well, imagery, I definitely saw
you
like
also saw that
Disney
castle too, right?
Yeah. I saw I saw something like it'd be Disney princess, but like. I thought it'd be a more regal feel, like almost like an empress kind of feel with the first 5 seconds. But then, like after those like 5 seconds, it's like, oh no, they're going for a sassy, like cutesy song. I'm like,
yeah, that comes from like the very sing talk kind of vocals that they started off with. They opened up with,
yeah.
Man.
So it was a nice surprise. I want to say with that switch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean, I have enjoyed previous like music videos like I Don't Miss You. I did enjoy that. I like Bad Girl. I mean, I wasn't like super into it. Their debut with like Woo was like I thought was alright, but like this, this is probably my most listened to song this week. Just a little bit more so than Everglow First. And I don't know. I think part of that too is just coming from the fact that like that visual theme and how we got kind of misdirected, right? From how it opened up. It was like, hey, look, we're gonna do like a Disney-esque type of thing. Like, nah, that's just it's almost kind of like a parody. Not really a parody. I don't know how to describe that.
A callback, maybe? I don't know. But I wouldn't say there's definitely like almost a Disney kind of feel for some scenes, but then there's also like
the more hip hoppy type of scenes.
But there's also like I want to say like different boss kind of feel throughout like different scenes, like. I remember a little car scene where like one of the members is in between two cars, drives in. And like they don't care. It's like I'm here, and I'm just gonna do my thing like a boss, or rapping in front of a purple glittery pyramid. Pyramids usually representing like Egypt and pharaohs and whatnot. So it's just like the different kind of boss vibes of this music video, especially using the color purple to like further complement the regal feel.
Yeah, glad you brought up the pyramids and visual themes and whatnot, because in the refrain they also had some chords in there that was also very kind of like North Africa, Middle Eastern type of chords that you hear in that refrain. So it's yet another kind of thing that musically just makes it very interesting for me.
Right.
Again, kind of going from how it progressed as it goes, and then especially when you go to the up to the bridge, and then the way the percussive build up and then go into that beat drop, and it just doesn't stop and it just keeps on going until you get to the post chorus. It was great. I really enjoyed this song.
It's so interesting with all these newer song releases, how they are starting to incorporate other regions as well into their music. It creates such a interesting feel, and it also helps to introduce people to go, hey, they're taking samples from this region. Maybe I should listen more to this region's music. I think it was because of CUD I started listening to more Latin-based songs, or even Bandit. Bandit
and Jungle, that was great. I still listen to that album.
Oh yeah. So it's having these groups starting to incorporate other musical styles into their music has helped to definitely widen my interest in certain other regions. So having Wua do something like that as well, definitely going to look into other songs that have the same musical style.
Yep.
So
now, I also just remember something too from the kind of the way the music video was shot. Some of the visual themes. What was that Twice Japanese album? There was a song on there. It was Candy Pop. There we go. Just the color palette reminded me a lot of Candy Pop, and especially with the candy themes. Because I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to think man, why does this remind me of Twice? It kind of has a lot of that Twice song formula for the structure, but the actual song flavor, it's not very Twice. But it was the Candy Pop that that's where I was getting the vibe from, the Twice vibes from. Oh man.
Yeah.
So, what else you got, man?
I like the music video. It if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's only at what I see on 1K is about almost
590,000.
598,000, yeah. So it does need more. Go watch it if you haven't,
Yeah, because even on their channel, I think it was at 300,000 views or 200,000 views. So
yeah, so I think it needs more views.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially for how much I love it, So, all right, ready for the pick of the week?
Yeah. Do you have yours?
Go for it. No, I'm still trying to decide.
All right. So, mine is actually going to be Wonwoo Mingyu, Bittersweet featuring Lee Hee.
She's, my only complaint for this song was I would have liked it. So in that song, she had the chorus. I would have also loved to have heard her come in as part of the bridge too. Just but I get it, right? It's featuring her.
Featuring
it's not a collab with her.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if it was a collab, it'd be very different. But it's only a feature.
Yeah,
still good.
My pick of the week. I am having trouble. So between Everglow's First, Haneul and Your Beagle with Fallin, and Purple.
All great choices.
All great choices. So, I haven't bought a Wu-Ah album yet, but because of this song, I'm gonna pick up this album.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, wait. Did I can't remember. So I know I bought like this huge cart off of Yes Asia. And I lost track of what was on it.
Look, at this point, we've already ordered way too much from Yes Asia.
They made thousands off of us, tens of thousands off of us.
Mm-hmm. So
Like between the two or the three of us, like yeah. Oh man. So yeah, you know I'm gonna give it to
good choice.
yeah. Purple is a great song. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So now for some quick shots. All right. So first up we got Everglow. They are one of the few groups that have made a change in their leader. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, is it the only other group that I know of that changed a leader without? And mind you, when we say change the leader, we're talking about like where the leader is still a part of the group. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
natural, right? If the leader leaves a group, change leaders.
You either go without a leader or you just change to a new leader if your leader leaves.
Yep.
But Everglow just recently changed their leader from was it
EU.
she? Yeah. EU to Shion?
Shion. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And not gonna lie, I always kind of felt like it was gonna be Shion anyways. From
Really?
the very beginning. Yeah. That's how it always felt to me. So I don't know. That just felt more natural. But yeah, the only other group that I know of that I can think of that they've changed leaders while not while still being part of the group was like CLC, the Sunghi. So
Yeah.
all right, well, on to you, man.
All right. So, as we all know, BTS has released Butter, top charts. Did all that. Well, they've also broken 5 Guinness World Records. Those being most viewers for a premiere music video on YouTube, but also most premiere viewers for any YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's also the most viewed YouTube music video for a K-pop group within 24 hours, as well as the most viewed YouTube music video in 24 hours. And then also the most streamed track on Spotify in the first 24 hours. That's a lot of first 24 hours right there. And not gonna lie, that is not easy to do,
Oh no, like I mean, again, like a lot of people take for granted just how popular BTS is. No other artist, no other group in K-pop history, has ever had that like dominating presence in the K-pop space like BTS has. Like this is a kind of like I would say it would be like a once in a lifetime event, because after BTS, it's not guaranteed that there's going to be a group that would ever be as big as BTS afterwards. So
right, it's definitely going to be hard for any group, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 101th
generations, yeah.
Yeah, to live up to BTS's name. I mean, it is possible, but it'll be hard,
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, well, on to our last bit of quick shots. So this was actually from
a week ago,
the week prior to this recording, but it's a pretty big deal, at least for me and Nick, because we followed the arc, and when 2 of the members came back as Khan, this is Kim Yuna. She announced that she is going to be retiring as an idol, and that she is going to be getting married. So she recently recently, I say recently, it was really 2019. She moved back to the U.S. because she's originally from New York.
Oh, really?
She moved back to the U.S. She got plans to get married, and so she's gonna be done with the idol life. So, man,
very much congrats to her.
Oh yeah, she's been busy. She again, those 2 groups that she was a part of, and then there was Unpretty Rap Star 3. She was on the unit, so she worked hard. So
I'm a little bit pissed because I found Con after they already disbanded. I'm like, you know what? I was I was already emotionally invested, only to find out that they disbanded. It took one music video for me to get invested, and it was they already disbanded by the time I was like 6 months down the line after I was invested. I was like, dang it.
So, I still, every now and then I'll still watch The Light, which is like one of the last music videos from the arc. That was from 2015, and it's such a tragic music video too. I still tear up a little bit every now and then from watching it. That damn ninja cutting onions, man, gets me every single time. So.
Stupid ninjas.
Yep. All right, well, it's time to wrap it up, man. Take it away.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, thank you guys for watching. If you like our content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Our socials are going to be in the descriptions below, along with all the music videos that we talked about or didn't talk about. All amazing artists that you should very much check out. Very much recommend them. All great. Thank you to our patrons. We very much appreciate and love all the support you continue to give us, and we very much appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much from all of us at Idol Stand Nation. We appreciate all the views and all the support. Again, thank you for watching, and bye.
Bye.